Hi, I'm Will Robbins, the owner and CEO of Empowered Sports Club, Volleyball Academy, and Pro Beach Juniors. Welcome to this year's 2021 Travel Club season. With this new year, we've got a lot of exciting things coming up that we're just ecstatic to tell you about. But to start, I just first want to welcome you to our facility here, Empowered Sports Club, where we have 5 pristine beach courts, we have 4 hard courts, and then we have 4 small turf fields. You can play baseball, football, soccer. We also have 2 12 by 55 feet batting cages as well. So we do have those on the turf side for any baseball teams that want to come in and be able to get some extra reps. And then on the hard courts, we do volleyball probably 90% of the time, and then we also do have futsal as well. So Empowered, we are a multi-sport facility. We also have partners like Parkview Sports Medicine, who have their whole athletic rehab and their Therapy One hybrid clinic here, so they can treat any of our athletes to be able to take them through physical therapy. They also have their athletic trainers at all of our practices and all of our events to be able to treat any injuries immediately on site. They also have their performance team by one of the top strength coaches in the country, Scott Charlin, who also is here on site to be able to oversee all of our sports performance with our athletes and make sure that it truly is volleyball specific. So with this facility, you know, it's always been a lifelong dream to have a one-stop shop for everything that a young athlete would need and everything that I needed as a young athlete growing up. So we've tried to find all the strategic partners that we can in the area who are experts at providing services or treatment for all of our athletes. So on top of all the services, we also have Dr. Sherman with Chiropractic Sports Medicine, who is also a libero at IPFW, who has a clinic here on site who can treat all of our athletes if they have any issues with spine or joint health. And also, with being a volleyball player, he knows the volleyball specific movements and the patterns that an athlete goes through. So he also can know which of the muscles and the joints that are being irritated by the different movements that we do here on the volleyball court. So he can really service and treat our athletes and has a little more intimate knowledge of the biomechanics of the arm swing and the different movement patterns that we use. And then on top of that, we also have the sports massage group, the Body Works, owned by Megan Banks, who's also a volleyball coach, who's coached high school, coached middle school, and is very educated and knowledgeable of volleyball and all the different movement patterns and muscles that we use when we play volleyball. So she's here as well, and her whole staff, to be able to treat our athletes as well from a recovery standpoint. And so on top of that, we do also provide some other services. We do have a tiki bar out in the beach. We also have the sideline lounge up in the mezzanine overlooking the courts. So if your parents are looking for an adult beverage during one of the tournaments, we also have those available. And then we do have a smoothie bar with healthy options down at the front desk as well, where you can get a quick smoothie before, after practice, to make sure that you're getting all the proper nutrients that you need to be able to recover and continue to grow as an athlete. So for the 2021 season, we have lots of new things coming up. And as you know, with Empowered, we're always growing, we're always evolving, we're always looking at ways to be able to better serve our athletes and parents and just the overall volleyball community. So this year, we're excited to be able to announce a partnership with Outland Volleyball Club and their director, Mike Howard, as we brought Mike in as a full-time teacher for our e-learning academy, but he's also going to take an assistant director role with Ashley as the director of volleyball operations as well. And with that, I'd like to bring up Mike Howard so he can give you a few more details about the e-learning program, and you guys can also put a face with the name.
Thanks, Will. We started or launched our e-learning program on August 17th and are offering several different packages. You can just go strictly with the e-learning if that is something that your family needs. You need a safe, secure environment to come and work on distance learning, virtual learning, however your school is presenting it. We also then offer a performance package where you can come in, you can do sports performance, you can do volleyball performance, and then we offer the combination package, which is really the best value, where you can come in, take care of your e-learning, again, one-stop shop, e-learning as well as then the volleyball component of sports performance and lessons and just being in an environment where you can handle all of those different pieces. Along with our e-learning packages, what is offered here is safe, right, learning spaces, distance learning spaces. We have safe, secure Wi-Fi here. We have our licensed teacher staff able to assist your player, your daughter, your son even. So we've had a variety of different people who are showing up, coming in to offer our distance learning. And drop-ins are welcome. We offer 3 different types of packages. We offer, first of all, a drop-in, a daily package where we would like 24-hour notice. That helps us for staffing purposes and to be able to organize and provide a better daily service to whoever's here participating. We offer a 10 package, a 10-date punch card package, and then we offer a monthly package as well. And so in these uncertain times and not knowing what's going to happen in the future with COVID, we want to be able to offer the best service possible to our empowered family members. As well as being the e-learning director, I'm excited for the new opportunity to be the satellite director for Empowered Volleyball Club as well. And the first of our satellites is going to be my former club, Outland Volleyball, now becoming Empowered OVC. We're excited to be part of the Empowered family and just having access to all of the different programming that being part of the Empowered family offers. Recruiting, huddle assist, sports performance, recruiting coordinators, and just being able to now empower our OVC athletes in this great Christian family-centered environment.
We'd also like to welcome Jody Cruz with Fort Wayne Phoenix Futsal to Empowered as a full-time front desk staff, and then she will also be helping on the education side as she's also a former teacher and administrator. So with that, as you guys know, Empowered is an educational institution, not just for volleyball, but also with our character building, leadership development, and even our mental conditioning. And now we have 2 more licensed teachers on our full-time staff. We also have total then 14 teachers that we have on our staff between our coaching staff and our full-time staff. So as you know, with the education piece, we're always trying to systematically develop our athletes. And so with adding more teachers, we're able to really structure our linear training model so that we can have a solid curriculum that step by step will be able to develop your athlete and be able to keep them progressing and not hitting those plateaus that we see many times in a young athlete's career. So we want to welcome Jody, and she'll be the first face that you see at the club a lot of times when you stop in here, as she'll now be the front desk manager as one of her main roles. I'd also like to bring up some of our tournaments this year. The tournament schedule could look a little different this year. We'll have to see how the tournaments are going to go with the larger events and the convention centers. As of now, MEQs and Central Zone and Bluegrass, I've talked to all their directors. They plan on having those events, but if they don't, I've already been talking with several of our partners, and we'll be doing events on those dates if the larger convention center style events don't go. And with that, we've actually added another club to our Midwest Power Series, and then we also brought in a new title sponsor. So we're actually partnering now with allvolleyball.com, who will now be the title sponsor of our Midwest Power Series. As you know, with our Midwest Power Series, we have 5 clubs already with High Street, Team Pineapple, Munciana, Neva, and then our club. But this year we're also adding Rev Volleyball Academy out of Indianapolis. So we'll have 6 host sites this year, as we'll be able to travel around and really be able to diversify our schedule and be able to play a lot of different teams throughout our region and be able to get top competition, but also a variety of competition as well. And so no matter what happens with the convention centers and the larger style tournaments, we will still be able to do plenty of events, get plenty of competitive dates, and then plenty of opportunities as well to be able to get video, to be able to put together for some recruiting videos. And as you guys know, this year with COVID going on, everything's going to look a little bit different. So there's not going to be as many coaches traveling due to their schedule's going to be going on during the same time that our schedule is going to be going on in some of the conferences. So video is going to be imperative. And so as you guys know, we always every year want to be able to provide some type of service with the video. And last year we partnered with Huddle, and we will continue our partnership with Huddle and Huddle Assist So all of our black and red teams will be able to have free video that will be on their huddle accounts. There'll be statistics. They'll be able to pull the videos and the highlights all into a highlight video within minutes for free to be able to go and create a highlight video that you can upload to your Sports Recruit site. And so you will have every opportunity to be able to still get in front of those college coaches and get the exposure that you desire right here at Empowered. And with the events this year, we are partnering for one large event, the Jamboree down in Indianapolis, along with Team Pineapple and the Academy out of Indianapolis. So we are excited to be partnering and to be one of the partner clubs for the Jamboree that'll be going on this year in April on the 24th and 25th. So we're excited to be partnering with this new event and be able to really just go and continue to grow quality events throughout Indiana. As you guys know, with each club season, one of the most asked questions that we get are who's going to be our coach? Who is going to be coaching my young athlete? Who's going to be impacting my young athlete's life? And so as you can see from our list of coaches, we not only have great coaches on our number one teams, but in Empowered, we try to have great coaches all the way down from top to bottom. And so with our coaching staff, not only do we have great coaches who are quality and who have played at the highest level, as we've got 5 that played on the national team, 5 that have been All-Americans, we've got 12 that have been college coaches, 16 professional athletes, and 41 in total have actually played in college. And so not only do we have coaches with a great resume, but we also have our Empowered model and our Empowered system that all of our coaches have bought into, and every single coach who comes through our program will go and teach the same foundation, the same principles from our 10s and 11s all the way to our 18s, because we've all come together and shared our information and went and put together the best instructional video along with a coaching manual with diagrams and a systematic approach to the game. And so not only do our coaches have the most experience, but we also have coaches that continue to grow and continue to educate themselves and continue to communicate with other coaches. And as the Bible talks about, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And so with our staff, that is one of the things that I do love about our coaching staff here at Empowered is our coaches are always eager to get better, to continue to learn, to continue to grow. And with the wealth of knowledge and wisdom that we have here, it's a great hotbed of just knowledge and wisdom. And so we're excited to announce our coaches for this year. And as you guys know, your coach is extremely important because as statistics show, a coach is the most influential person in a young athlete's life. And so we have to be thinking about, as families, who is going to be coaching our child and what are they going to be teaching our kids. And so one thing you can rest assured here at Empowered, with being a Christian-based facility, your kids are always going to get that biblical foundation. There's always going to be the truth, the love, the kindness, the mercy, the gentleness, those fruits of the Spirit. These are the things that we're going to be teaching your kids and teaching them how to be great teammates, have extremely great work ethics, to be able to communicate, to be able to face adversity and overcome, along with a lot of other life lessons that we can teach our young athletes through the game. And ultimately, I want our athletes to experience failure and being able to overcome failure in a controlled environment here with our family and our coaches and our staff before they ever get out there in the real world and get into the marketplace. So as you can see, we're extremely excited about our roster of coaches for the 2021 season. And from top to bottom, you're going to have a quality experience here at Empowered. And for those who are new to Empowered this year, as you can see from our triangle, we try to approach the game and coaching from a three-dimensional aspect. And all of our coaches have participated in three-dimensional coaching, where we really try to get not just to the physical, which most clubs and most coaches do a decent job of teaching the physical skills of the game, but we have to get beyond the physical skills to get to the deeper levels and the deeper layers that could promote growth and also help these young athletes take their game to the next level. And so that second dimension is the mental side. And so that's why we do mental conditioning, and we work on mental toughness training and being able to talk athletes through how to face adversity and how to be able to overcome adversity, or how to be able to experience failure and being able to pick yourself up, learn from it, and come out better on the other side of that. And so with the three-dimensional coaching, we go layer by layer from the physical to the mental, and then we finally get to that final piece, the spiritual or the soul and the heart of the athlete. And that's where we really start to deal with value and self-worth and confidence. And if we can just get our athletes to understand that their identity is not just wrapped up in volleyball, that their destiny is much bigger than just volleyball, that God has a mighty plan for them, whether it's in a career as a doctor, a lawyer, a mother, a politician, whatever God has for you, your identity is much bigger. Your purpose in life is much bigger than just volleyball. And so that's where we really want to go and help our athletes to really start to value themselves, value the gifts and talents that they have, and know that they're wonderfully and uniquely designed for a purpose. And one thing we found that athletes really respond to the three-dimensional coaching. We're seeing that our athletes are just more resilient, that they have just a stronger, foundation of courage and of belief and of confidence, that they know that, their value doesn't ride on wins and losses, whether they played a good game or a bad game. They have eternal value, and they were created and designed for something much bigger than just volleyball. And so with them knowing that, it's really helped our athletes to not be so up and down and, and follow the emotional roller coaster that we see a lot of our young athletes go through. So with three-dimensional coaching, we've really seen the benefits with our athletes, but also we've watched our coaches really develop. And as they understand the foundation of three-dimensional coaching, they say is love and building relationships. And the greatest motivator is love. And so once our athletes know that we love and we care for them, then they'll listen, and we're able to get a lot more out of them. So we've even seen the coaches transformed by really going through this three-dimensional program as well. And so with that, as you can see, we've also got a few extra amenities. Most of you guys know a lot of these amenities if you've been here before, but if you're new, you've heard about the huddle. All of our black and our red teams automatically have huddle, and we'll have an assistant coach or a parent who will go and do all the video, so you'll never have to set up video again, and you won't have to watch hours of video and be able to pull out the highlights. You'll be able to do all of that right online on your dashboard on your huddle account, and be able to make a highlight video in just a few minutes and upload it right to your Sports Recruits page. And so it's really super easy to be able to navigate, and it really does all the work for you, so you never have to sweat. You can sit on the sideline and just watch your daughter play volleyball. And with that, we touched on the linear training model. As we said, we want to systematically really be able to grow your athletes and develop them. So we've got a whole curriculum we've put together, and we continue to perfect with all of the teachers that we have on staff, along with all the professional and former college athletes and just high-level players and coaches and minds that we have in our gym. Along with that, most of you guys know, we also use Team Genius as our evaluation software. So you'll see all of our master coaches during tryouts will all have an iPad, and they'll all be evaluating your athletes and all the different skills. And then in the end, you'll get a performance report when we send out our placements for our tryouts, and you'll be able to see where your daughter grades out in every single skill, and then also where she ranks with her age group, to be able to compare where she is on each of those skills for her age group. With this evaluation software, it'll give you instant feedback, empirical data that you'll be able to know exactly where your daughter is, what she needs to improve on. All of that data will get put into her development plan, so your daughter will have her own individual development plan of everything that she needs to work on, some stuff she can do at home, some stuff she can do here at the gym. And we'll really be able to systematically take her through a development plan based on where she was at tryouts to start with, and then our mid-season evaluations as well. And so with that software, it's amazing. It'll average everyone's scores, and then you'll get a complete printout. And then that eliminates all the politics, all the guessing, all the favoritism that sometimes can come into an evaluation tryout, a placement tryout. You'll be able to see the data graded out amongst all of our top master coaches right there in the palm of your hands in that performance report. One adjustment we're making this year is for our black and red teams. When they're in the weight room with Parkview Performance, we're going to go ahead and do an hour on court those days and an hour in the weight room, so we can push them a little bit harder and really get it to mimic a true collegiate professional style sports performance program. So we are going to be implementing just a little more on those days that they're in the weight room, and then we are going to cut back on the days that they're not in the weight room and go an hour and a half on court and only do a half hour where we'll do some speed and agility, whether they'll be on ladders, whether they'll be on the Vertimax, or whether they'll be in the sand. So that is one adjustment. And with that, that brings up Parkview Sports Medicine and all that they have brought to Empowered with their athletic rehab, their Therapy One, and their performance. So with that, I'd like to welcome Tommy Schegler for Parkview Sports Medicine.
Hi everyone, I'm Tommy Schegler, Director of Parkview Sports Medicine. Over the next couple minutes, we just want to go over some of the services that PSM provides to your student athlete. PSM is an integrated sports medicine team that provides services for athletes whether they're 100% healthy or going through a tough injury. We strive to provide everything an athlete may need, from injury treatment and rehabilitation to sports nutrition, to get the most out of your athletic experience. Our comprehensive team starts with the athletic trainer at your club. Parkview has invested in your facility, ensuring that you have a dedicated healthcare professional on site or by phone to address injuries quickly and accurately. Your athletic trainer can also get you direct access to other PSM services, as well as Parkview Physician Group appointments for any illness, skin disease, or pre-participation physical. In addition to your athletic trainer, Parkview Sports Medicine is made up of a variety of services that combine to provide a comprehensive model of care. First of all, we have the Ortho Express walk-in clinic. It's designed to give you quick and convenient access to orthopedics and sports injury care, and is staffed by orthopedic specialists at all times. Our PSM performance trainers and specialists help athletes maximize their athletic potential through performance training programs. We have a registered sports dietitian on staff as well, who consults with both teams and individual athletes to teach them how to eat and hydrate to improve performance or address disorders. Sports medicine physicians are a central part to our team, specializing in treating orthopedic and sports injuries. Direct access from your athletic trainer to our physicians streamlines and simplifies the process of getting an appointment with one of our experts. We have a dedicated athletic rehabilitation program through Parkview Athletic Rehab. This is an elite team of sports-focused physical therapists to help you return to sports safely after an injury. If that wasn't enough, PSM also partners with orthopedic surgeons from Ortho Northeast. This is a specialized group of experts that perform sports-related procedures. We know that when an athlete is injured, there is an urgency to get back into play quickly. That's why we've created an additional access point with our PSM Care Navigators. This team works with our athletic trainers and patients to make sure appointments are streamlined and communication remains clear. This team can be reached through the number in the handout you were provided tonight. No matter what the issue is, PSM is just a phone call away. PSM is also leading the way in concussion care. We've created the area's only specialized concussion clinic to diagnose and rehabilitate athletic concussions. Through our protocol, which begins with baseline impact testing at all of our schools and is coordinated by our athletic trainer and physicians, PSM assures that appropriate steps are taken for athletes to return to sports safely after a head injury. Your athletic trainer or our care navigation team can help you connect with this clinic and will continue to communicate with you on your athlete's status throughout the process. As stated earlier, Parkview Sports Medicine is committed to providing excellent care for every athlete every day. With this in mind, we have new COVID-19 procedures in place to assure your child remains safe while in our care. PSM athletic trainers will wear proper PPE while treating patients, including face masks. In addition, all PSM athletic trainers will be self-assessing their own symptoms daily and will be pre-screening all individuals prior to entering the athletic training facility. Proper hand hygiene upon entrance, social distancing, and masks will all be required inside of the training room. All cleaning procedures and protocols inside of the training room will follow the same rules as all Parkview facilities. Any positive case will be reported to a school administrator, who will then pass it along to the proper local health organization and then receive direction for contact tracing and recommendations for closure, isolation, and/or quarantine. You can find a more detailed description of PSM's COVID-19 protocols in the handout you were provided. Our team is ready to help, and with that in mind, we want it to be easy for you to access our services. This year, we have created an exclusive PSM number for your club. When you call, you'll be directed to a PSM team member or to the Parkview Health Call Center. They'll be able to get you in touch with the services that you need any time of day, any day of the week. Just look at the back of the PSM pamphlet that you received tonight, and you will find a card that has your club's number on it. Please save this number in your phone or throw the card in your wallet. It's your way to keep in touch with PSM. Have a great year.
Thanks, Tommy. With that, we're also going to be implementing Parkview Sports Medicine with our Elite Training Academy as well. And for those who don't know, we revamped that last year. Well, now it's a perfect program for those who are multi-sport athletes, or for those who are just struggling, who are maybe a little inexperienced, just need a little more court time, a little more sports performance. You can get into this program, and it's no travel. It is all training. You will get an hour, 2 days a week of on-court training, and then you'll get a half hour of sports performance. So for those who don't have the commitment level due to other sports or other extracurricular activities, it's 2 days a week. You can get all the training that you need from our master coaches to be able to teach you all the skills that you need to know to be able to be successful in volleyball. But then also with Parkview and their performance team, we'll be able to get them bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive, increase verticals, and really be able to help them grow and develop physically as well. And so wrapping up all of our extra amenities, a lot of you guys know we also have the Growth Academy. The Empowered Growth Academy is our nonprofit 501c3 that we started a few years ago to be able to help out financially all of our families who may struggle and may need it from time to time. So we do have a complete financial aid program that you can apply for, and that we can go and give you financial aid based on your income and based on the size of your family. And so we do have opportunities with different fundraisers to be able to raise funds for the Growth Academy to be able to help families. But then we also have fundraisers that will be club-wide that the kids and the families can participate in to be able to apply money right to their fees as well. So yes, we have a lot involved in Empowered. It is a one-stop shop. We really have put together all the programming that your young athlete needs to be successful. And so with that, it does come a lot of expense. But the one thing that we've always said from the very beginning when I first started in the backyard is I will never not let a kid participate in any of our programming because of where their families are financially. So regardless of where your family is financially, there is always a way at Empowered to play. We can make it work. We've got the nonprofit. We have some amazing donors and families in our community and in our family that have always gone above and beyond to help families with carpooling, with hotel stays, with all the different expenses that even come along with travel. But on top of that, with all of our fundraising that we do in-house and the Growth Academy and events, we can also raise money to be able to ultimately pay for all the club fees. And so we've had great success with that and had athletes be able to go and pay absolutely $0 for their club dues after all the fundraising was done and said. And so we just pray that you guys will just continue to just believe in our system and our model, and that you guys will come over this year and that you guys will join our Empowered family and be able to, just enjoy all the exciting new amenities that we have brought to the table this year in 2021. So as you can see, we have a lot of new amenities this year for the 2020-21 season. And with that, I just want to talk about one important amenity that a lot of you guys are looking for, and ultimately is what's going to really help your daughter to fulfill her lifelong dream of playing at the next level. And that's our recruiting platform, our recruiting coordinator. And I'll bring up Ashley here in a second, but just a couple of statistics that I want to touch on that are pretty amazing are the fact that we've been able to get 100% of our athletes who desire to play in college an opportunity and an offer in all 6 years that we've been in existence. And we're expecting the same as we walk into our 7th year. So that's 6 years in a row we've been able to prove that our system works. And so I think our track record speaks for itself. And last year alone, in our 2020 season, we had one of the largest recruiting classes in the country with 18 young athletes that were able to go on and play at the next level. And so with that, I bring up Ashley Robin.
Thanks, Will. I am the recruiting coordinator here at Empowered Volleyball Academy, as well as the director of volleyball operations. At Empowered, we offer 2 different recruiting platforms. For our black and red athletes, we offer sports recruits, and for our white and our navy athletes, we offer field level. Both of these 2 platforms offer our athletes an opportunity to have an athlete profile, upload video, message schools, do research on different schools. They're just an amazing platform to be able to connect our athletes with over 1,800 schools in the United States of America. During our athlete and parent meetings, we'll discuss the different levels of college, Division I, Division II, NAIA, D3. I'll teach you how to build your profile, whether it's on field level or sports recruits. We'll do some research on schools to find the right fit, as well as we'll learn how to communicate with college coaches. I think the biggest difference with recruiting at Empowered is that I'm visible at your practices. So no matter if your athlete is struggling with researching schools or uploading video, all she has to do is ask, or a simple email or text message, and I'm available at any time.
In conclusion, you can see we have a few bullet points up on the screen. And for those who are in person, we can have a time to be able to ask some questions here at the end. But as you can see, we have some bullet points that really set us apart from any of the other clubs in town. For one, we are a Nike head-to-toe club. We are on a Nike Elite Club, so it is head-to-toe Nike, and so we do get preferential treatment with Nike and deals on gear. So our kids are always going to look their best, and that old saying, look good, feel good, play good, really does go a long way with young athletes. And then also with our master coaches, as you can go back in the video and be able to see the long list of coaches and how many national team, All-American, professional, college players, experienced players that we have. I think it's second to none. And not to knock any of the clubs in the area, they have some good coaches, but nobody has a deep roster like we do from top to bottom. And so at Empowered, you can always count that your daughter is going to get the best development possible with the best coach possible. And we really do try to inspire future leaders and future trendsetters and really try to go and develop our athletes to be successful, not just on the court, but off the court. And that's why we go even into the character building and the leadership development and the mental conditioning. Because as we know, and the experts in the world know, that it does take a well-rounded, holistic approach to be successful in life and in anything that you do. And so we want to make sure we're developing the whole being. So Empowered is much bigger than just a volleyball club that goes out like some do and just try to recruit the best players so we can go win a few extra games. At Empowered, we put the kids first, their development first. I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve in volleyball. My goal now is to help all of these young athletes be able to achieve their dreams and their aspirations with some of the experience and knowledge that I have along with my coaching staff. And so at Empowered, your athlete is going to be put first and her development is going to be put first. And we'll always make sure we're making decisions that's best for her and the team and their development beyond just winning and losing and trying to build a reputation of the club. And so with Empowered, we want to make sure that we're guaranteeing success on and off the court. So that's why we've gone above and beyond to add all these extracurricular programs because we know it's important to us and it's important to your athlete's future success. And that ultimately, I believe, leads us to our final 100% placement with all of our athletes who desire to go on and play in college. I don't know any clubs across the country that can say that same thing. And so I truly believe that is one thing that you can count on with us is we're committed to your recruiting process. We're going to sit down, Ashley's going to sit down and have meetings with you and your family, and is going to have regular communication with you, with different colleges. We have different colleges that come to our practices, that come in to recruit and want to see our kids and watch how they develop. And you have our commitment that we will do everything that we can to make sure that you fulfill your volleyball dreams and aspirations. And if you have any questions pertaining to volleyball or to recruiting, please email Ashley at Empowered Sports Club. If it has to do with billing, then you can email Allison at Empowered Sports Club. And if it has to do with any of our satellites, e-learning, then you can email Mike at Empowered Sports Club. So we hope you make Empowered your home for the 2020-21 season.